This channel, a systematic teaching, enables you to awaken and end suffering and reincarnation. Please find the playlist in the description. Mahayana Pure Land welcomes you. Understanding Reincarnation to End Reincarnation. The Scientific Study on Reincarnation and More. Part 9. Reincarnation Studies Using Hypnosis. We have introduced the attempt to prove and explain the existence of the soul from scientists, as well as the studies of people who remember their past lives. Now let's take a look at some Western doctors who use hypnotic methods to help their patients remember their past lives. Hypnosis is a method to help patients relax and enter a relatively deep and highly concentrated mental state, a bit like meditation. In this state of mind, the hypnotized person feels peaceful and sometimes can recall incidents from far in their past. This method was invented by doctors who used it to help patients find the root cause of their symptoms. The doctors assumed that the root cause was from the patient's childhood, a sequela from a mental trauma that left psychological barriers. Their theory is that recalling the traumatic incidents can help the patient settle their minds and recover to normal. Some doctors who use hypnosis found that, unexpectedly, their patients would remember details of their past lives. This hypnotic method widely ignited reincarnation research. The number of professionals who engage in such research is considerable, including a chairman of the American Society for Psychical Research, Dr. C.J. Dukas, as well as Dr. Helen Wambach, Dr. Edith Fiore, Dr. R. Wolger, Dr. Rick Brown, and Dr. Brian Weiss. Aquaphobia due to drowning in a submarine called Shark during World War II. By helping patients recognize the cause of their mental illness to release their traumas, hypnosis sometimes has an almost magical effect on mental illnesses or even physical illnesses. In the International Journal of Regression Therapy, Dr. Rick Brown, the Vice President of the International Association for Regression Research and Therapies, reported on an American salesman who developed aquaphobia at 34 years old. Patients with aquaphobia are afraid of water. In some cases, aquaphobics are too afraid to swim, step onto a boat, or even go into a bathtub. This patient's fear of water was so serious that it interfered with his job. He found himself unable to travel because of this mental illness. Under Dr. Brown's guidance, this patient recalled his past life as an American sailor on a submarine called Shark during World War II. His name then had been Jim. On February 11, 1942, while at war with Japan in the ocean off Manila, Philippines, the submarine was hit and sunk by a Japanese destroyer. The attack killed all of the American sailors. Dr. Brown recorded an audio tape of the patient as he recalled his past life as Jim. He said on the day of the disaster, the waters near Manila were tranquil. Their submarine was completing assignments under the sea when suddenly an alarm went off. Jim heard a siren loudly blaring in the cabin. The crew had spotted a Japanese destroyer fleet ahead. Meanwhile, the Japanese fleet also spotted the US submarine, and they attacked first by shooting torpedoes at the US submarine. The first torpedo struck the submarine's tail, and the vessel started to shake violently. The patient said that he felt the entire submarine shaking. The lights in the submarine went off and then slowly lit up again. Sailors were rushing to grab their life jackets and preparing to fire back. The sound of the alarm and the screaming plunged the cabin into chaos. Very quickly, a second torpedo hit the submarine. This time, it struck right on target, tearing a gaping hole through the vessel's hull. Seawater poured into the cabin. During the hypnosis, Jim felt the freezing seawater rapidly rising in the cabin. Before he could grab a life jacket, the submarine was engulfed by the icy water. The whole crew of US military officers and sailors drowned before the submarine sank to the bottom of the sea. Afterwards, Dr. Brown, based on the recording, went to the US military archives to verify this incident. His visit had ascertained that there was indeed a US submarine called Shark. In 1942, it was hit by a Japanese destroyer and sank to the ocean floor. They also found a sailor named Jim on the list of casualties. It was verified. This patient was not talking nonsense or hallucinating, he was remembering a past life. This case tells us that our souls are indeed reincarnated, and under certain conditions, we can recall details of our past lives through hypnosis. Many people like to experience hypnosis. Some of them were curious, some wanted to know what was going on in their past lives. In Buddhism, people who practice meditation can also see their own past lives. These can all serve as proof of reincarnation. Regression therapy cures mental illnesses. After his regression therapy, Jim found that his fear of water slowly subsided. Hypnosis has often been successful in helping patients overcome such psychological barriers. Why is it effective? It is because deep down in our souls, we cling to the emotions of the time the incident happened and allow things that caused us pain in the past to torment our present spirits or even physical bodies. When we relax and let go of the attachment, our mental illness will slowly get better. The most critical step is to awaken. We must realize that the past is illusory. Even in our present time, everything is also illusory. We are constantly changing. The you of this hour and the next hour are different. Even the you of this second and the next are different. In other words, the whole universe of this second and the next are different because the universe is the manifestation of our minds. Since thoughts continuously come in and out of our minds, the universe manifested by our minds is thus different every second. All things are as illusory as a dream, bubble, or shadow. In the Diamond Sutra, there is a very famous teaching. All conditioned phenomena are as illusory as a dream, bubble, or shadow, and as momentary as morning dew or lightning. They should be regarded as such. The Buddha taught us to observe all phenomena of the universe like this. The Dharma realm manifested by one thought is one universe, and the universe of this thought is different from the universe contrived by the next thought. Therefore, each Dharma realm is different. So where is anything real? Nothing is real because nothing can exist eternally. The time of all things' existence is only within one thought. It is as illusory as a dream, bubble, or shadow, and as momentary as morning dew or lightning. But why do we seem to see the existence now? What we are seeing is all causes and conditions coming together. Yet the causes and conditions do not really come together because they are constantly changing, as illusory as a dream, a bubble, or a shadow. When we genuinely comprehend this, all of our psychological disorders will be resolved. We think only patients with mental illness have psychological disorders, but actually we all have psychological disorders to a different extent. According to Buddhist sutras, as long as we have attachment, we are not normal and will suffer. Only when we let go of attachment can we then be free from suffering, and the more attachment we release, the less suffering we will feel. Only Buddhas are completely normal because they are completely free from delusions, let alone attachment. Before we become a Buddha, we are all abnormal to some extent. Worse than those better ones, yet better than those worse ones. Please subscribe and stay tuned for the most amazing case in hypnosis treatments. The protagonist of the book, Many Lives, Many Masters, Catherine, who recalled more than 10 past lives under hypnosis. Why can she describe the scenes of her past life so vividly? What did she use to see and hear under hypnosis? Thanks for watching. See you soon on part 10.
Namo Amitabha.